Wuthering Wave fatigue in exploration. Well, I again making another video feedback. Already overlook and of course oversee what would be a problem this game might have in the future, and of course my solution might be not perfect, sure, but it's something. But at least you should be known that this is going to be a problem later on in the future in the game, and it will be a problem because I've seen it happen. I've seen it happen with Genshin, obviously, and I did give them feedback about it too, right? And I proposed some change about that, but well, they didn't do anything about that. Well, tough luck. Now I'm throwing my shot here with Kurogame. Now, what would happen with exploration when the game going along with for a while? Let's say you have 2 or 3 regions. At first, people would be very much want to go around, see what happened in the world. But as time goes on, it has become a fatigue and it's become a chore more than exploration, and it's lose its meaning. Because now the next thing is that what I say to be about what happened with Genshin, because in Genshin every single new reason is giving you exactly the same thing. Primogene, that is not good. Well, not really not good, but it doesn't change, it doesn't evolve, it doesn't have anything new. That is why whenever new reason comes, it's not only it feels like a chore, it doesn't make you feel like something new, but more of a old region, an old region reskin. That is the problem Genshin that's already facing. Right, so now I'm giving you this feedback here early before it's become a problem, become a problem, hoping you would actually do something about it. Of course, I'm not gonna expect for you to do that immediately on day one, but the solution I propose, I think would be working pretty well. Well, of course, because I proposed it, because I think it worked well. If not, what hell am I proposing it, right? The solution that I'm proposing is the bonus stat system. This bonus stat is not a traditional stat like some attack, defense, crit rate, crit damage, elemental damage, energy return. No, not some normal stat like that. I'm talking about the quality of life stat. The quality of life stat that would affect you how your counter play too. For example, the let's say aerial support combo. Aerial combo support. You do an aerial combo easier with this, or stamina reduction support. Let's say if you have a counter that utilize charge attack, it would be working very well with that, helping you do that easier, or increase parry time. I do believe that that martial art girl, I expect her to do a lot of parry light attack or parry focus attack, right? So it's actually gonna help her too, right? But and this parry is not unique to her only, but a lot of counter can do that. But that's the point, right? The bonus stat that you give them it's not gonna be a lot when it's starting off. But if you stack it for a few regions, then that's gonna be mean something. That's gonna be meaning something, right? Let's say you have 3 regions and you stack 3 stamina reduction, right? It's gonna be adding up a little bit more, a lot more, right? And as far as the game goes, you can let's say you have 10 regions, for example, and you add all of that onto stamina reduction, and you have a counter using attack focus on the charge attack. That counter is going to be way too strong and way too broken, right? Sure, but that is only support that kind of playstyle. And here's the best part, of course. when you put people with something like that, you should be allowing them to reset that. Maybe through a weekly boss, maybe through a certain event, or maybe to basically allowing them to remove that stat and put that again somewhere else. Maybe balancing it out from a little bit of parry, a little bit of aerial combat. Right? I'm taking only 3 different kinds of things here as an example because that's the only 3 things I can think of as of right now. But as far as the games go, you can add more different stats in here. And my point of this stat is, of course, you're gonna get them when you complete the region 80% for example, 60% for example, depending on what kind of number you want to put that. But basically, it incentivize people to go do their exploration because they know that's what they're gonna get after they explore the region a little bit more, right? And of course, if they are able to explore the region 100%, you're gonna give them some cosmetic, for example. You'll get the skin and all that, right? Sure, skin for your glider, skin for your character, skin for your pet if you have it, or mount if you have it. But depend. But it's gonna give people something to flex with other player if there's a condition met, like they go into other people's world and see that show. But the point is, 100% of the region is not supposed to be for the normal player. It's for the tryhard. It's for the dedicated, very dedicated player base to have that. Of course, give them something, give them a little bit of a reason to do that. But it's not affecting the game. The bonus stat affecting the game. That's why you should be putting that not 100%, maybe 80, 60, depend on how easy you make the region is, right? Sure. But because you let them do that and you are allowing them to reset that stat. Now this is the situation that's gonna come. Let's say you like to play a character that focusing on aerial combat, but you don't want to do that. You don't want to do aerial combat. You just want to do charge attack all the time because that character's charge attack look cool. Or that character's charge attack have more damage. But these characters were designed to be aerial combat side. And when you do charge attack with that, it's got too much stamina. Now this is where the part, when if you put a stamina reduction here on this character, and they do that, and they don't pick that counter to do the aerial combo. They pick that counter to do the charge attack only. Hell, if you have a gear set or gear set that support that playstyle too, when you do charge attack, get bonus something like that, something. Right, sure. If you have a certain set like that too, it will create a lot of variety of build, different kind of builds, depend on how much or how well you know about the counter. And because it creates a very different variety of build, you can actually not gonna have much of a problem of, well, power creep or anything like that. Of course, if you keep getting the game goes, it's gonna have power creep anyway, sure. But it doesn't mean that they cannot use the old counter or their favorite counter, use that to beat the game. Right? This is for the player that would be way more dedicated for a certain character than to a normal player. A normal player would want to have a variety of counter, then try out, do no kind of random bullshit, sure. But the system working very well for the other one, right? The dedicated to 1 or 2 counter, and it's gonna be counter profit because you're not gonna get a lot of people pulling for that, right? No, not really. Because you can never say that in the future they're not gonna simply find another counter that have playstyles similar to this or appealing looking like this. And here's the thing, even if they are not, let's say they are simping for one counter and only focus on that, to need the system to change it. And when they, that is the kind of people, whenever you rerun the counter, they're gonna go straight up getting more copy of it to get stronger on that counter. So you're not really losing a lot of a lot of profit coming from that kind of player, right? But this system, not only it will incentivize the player base to go and do the exploration to combat, or at least not having a lot of fatigue onto that. It's still gonna happen, sure, but it's not gonna be that bad like what happened with Genshin right now. Right? You only need, well, a few reasons to see it happen. And outside of those dedicated player base, outside of those dedicated player for one counter that need this system is actually working very well for all kind of other counter too, all kind of other kind of player too, because they get to try out different kind of build, crazy build that they want. And you know what the people do when they try to go with crazy build? They pull more counter. On average, they probably not gonna be pulling maximum copy for a certain counter, sure, but they ain't gonna pull a lot of variety of counter. I would say so at least. So this design, benefit of this design is to create an environment where people can actually experiment a lot more different kind of build to find a perfect kind of playstyle, a perfect kind of set of counter for them to play. And of course, because they want to experiment more, of course they will want to have more counter. They will want more different characters in their roster so that they can do it even more. Right? So it's actually not really a losing side here, but it's because the core benefit of it it wasn't meant to be making you profit or to create a profit incentive. And of course, this game is like, well, making for profit. Obviously, it's for a gacha game, of course it is, but it's not gonna harm your profit, right? That is something I would say at least it's not gonna harm your profit if you implement this system. Right, people want to but it's gonna help your player base to feel less fatigue when do the exploration. And this is not the definitive answer, of course, because this is what I want to do, right? But you should be knowing that exploration fatigue will be a problem in the game. If you don't want to implement the kind of stat, then implement something else. Maybe a 5-star weapon if you feel generous, or a kill pet. Well, no, kill pet's not a silly thing to be working toward, right? Sure, but maybe give them an item. Let's say, okay, you don't want to give them complicated stuff like bonus stat stuff. Sure. How about give them some unique item, and those items can be used to, how do I say it, choose one stat of the gear that you're grinding. Let's say in Genshin Impact there's an artifact grinding over there, and of course it's a hell over there. There's no way to reduce one line of RNG in that. So what if you give some item to reduce that, right? And it has certain use, and that is like you can only use that for like one counter. It's not really something good, but at least it's something. If you make it able to do it permanently, sure, then that is something I would love to have. Of course, let them have some 1 week cooldown, 2 week cooldown, even a 1 month cooldown. Sure, whatever the kind of number you want to put that, right? But let it be a consumable item is not a good deal to create as an item or a reward for the player to doing all this exploration. Then it's for nothing. But at least you have to give them something that is having a permanent impact effect on their account. Preferably not any consumable type of item. Even the premium currency you're gonna give them is gonna be a consumable type, so it's not gonna be last very long. Because if you want to do that, sure, you can, but let me warn you, if you do that, the exploration fatigue is gonna be still exist, right? So it's not gonna solve anything. If anything, it doesn't do anything. Like quite literally in a literal form, it doesn't do shit. So if you want the key point here, give them something permanent, something actually have an impact. If you want to have something of an impact to their account, like making them have a broken account or something, then do some bonus stat like that. Or if you don't want to have too much of a work, give them some unique item where they can reset a certain type of gear for better stat. Maybe have it 1 week cooldown, and let them use for 5 items, something like that, whatever the hell, right? But it has to be something reusable, permanently have effect on your account, and that is my goal on this video, right? But you need to know it's gonna be a problem, and that is what I want to give feedback on. Let me know what you think about this. Come on, do some comment. Do it. Right. Now, thanks for watching. Yeah, signing out.